You might be the youngest person we've ever interviewed, so this is exciting for us.
And we've wanted to do that. So how do you feel right now?
Nervous, also quite empowered by the people I'm surrounded by right now, because we all kind of had the same idea to come here.
So can you talk about what your style says about you?
I think it shows that I have quite a free spirit and quite open-minded, and that I don't always stick to maybe like the billboards and the magazines and what social media is telling you to wear, and maybe like other people's idea of beauty in clothes and materialistic stuff. I see value in other items that other people my age especially maybe don't see that.
What do you think people your age see value in?
The big brands, the big mass-produced bullshit. I recently watched a documentary called The True Cost, which shows how all the clothes are made, the big produced clothes, so like Topshop, Zara, all of that, and it showed the pain and suffering that these workers have to go through to make these like items of clothing. It's bullshit because that isn't shown. However, what is shown is like the flowery background or like the beautiful model, and it isn't like that at all. And now I feel like especially this year, this has been a year of like everyone promoting love yourself. You see on all the campaigns, it's like this Calvin Klein campaign. At the moment, it's like in my Calvins. It's like to love yourself. However, the people that are posting these pictures are all like Kylie Jenner, like six packs, like small waist, big ass, like all of that. Whereas when I was younger, I think the group that I was in, I was very much like subscribed to that stuff and was really indulged in it, like the big brands, because I felt that's where you found value. Like if you had on something from that shop, then people would see worth in you and would want to be around you. My sister is very like beautiful, short, like golden curls, bright blue eyes, fat lips, like in a nice way. The whole school was in love with her, all the boys, they'd always come up to me and be like, oh my God, I want to marry your sister, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
Did you experience any of that, or were you not?
Never,
you were not at all
ever,
chased
ever.
after or sought
Never.
after, and you didn't want to be?
I think I did want to be, because I think every girl wants to be at that age, but because I like resented her, I never wanted to be. I think also because I was scared of being rejected.
Did you already do bracelets?
Yeah.
Bracelets.
When I was 12, I think it was the first time I tried to diet, but I made it like a challenge with my friends, so I wasn't quite conscious. I was like, okay, so for a week we're going to challenge ourselves. We can only eat vegetables, and at the end I'll buy you a chocolate bar if you succeed. And it started like that, and that went on for months and months and months. And then I found myself like looking online at like different diets. I think I must have tried over like 15. I've stayed the same weight for like 3 years now, I think. So I wasn't even getting anywhere really until like sometimes, you know, when you get really ill or have the flu or whatever. And I think I had the flu for like 3 weeks maybe, and I lost like 10 pounds. I remember standing on the scale, like literally like pale, like grey face, about to vomit, and I was like, yes, like doing like a victory dance. And it was like, thinking back, it was like the stupidest thing ever, because I was so weak, but I was so happy that I'd like lost all that weight, but really like it meant nothing because I was miserable. I always like researched models that were the same height as me and looked at their weight, and I was like, oh, okay, I only need to lose like 20 pounds and then I'll be the same as them. So mainly it was like Kendall Jenner, Gigi Hadid, you know, they're a bit taller than me really. And then I always looked for models that were like not really skinny, but like skinny enough that I could do it, like achievable skinny if I starved myself for like 2 years. I think it could have got bad, but because I have like really bad like willpower, I couldn't have like kept it up. So I'd like starve myself to like dinner time, then I'd like binge eat, and they'd be like, okay, I won't eat at all tomorrow, I'll have like 1 glass of water. But I can never stick to it. But my mum was also like really conscious that I was doing it, so she would always like talk to me about it. But it was like difficult for me because her and my sister were really skinny, so I couldn't really relate to either of them.
Can you take off your jacket?
How much time does it take up, and what's the frustration in terms of, do you feel like it's held you back?
If I wasn't like thinking about like my body or like myself like physically, then I could be doing so much more. I could be like going out, trying new things, meeting new people, like thinking about like my art and creativity instead, and my future, spending time with loved ones. Instead I'm in my room on my laptop. Like, what's the best style for like size 12 body? like, I used to hate, like, getting in the shower and looking at myself, like, naked in the mirror afterwards. And I always used to, like, sit on my bathroom floor for ages and just, like, cry and cry and cry. And then, like, go to bed and just, like, hold yourself, like, feel, like, your body and your flesh.
Because you have this certain, like, you have this certain defiant attitude and like and consciousness, it seems, of like that it's not that you don't need to be feeling this way, but yet you still are struggling with it. Like, how do you navigate that?
I'm like, I don't know, sometimes I face it like full on and say fuck it, like this is the whole thing stupid, and then sometimes I'll be like, oh, but maybe I should give into it a bit, because if I don't give into it, then I'm not going to look how I want to look. Then I'd be like this big, like, ogre, like, ugly woman. Not even a woman. I wouldn't even see myself as, like, a female. But I take up more space, like, physically, which is stupid because, you know, there's a whole world. But females are expected to take up less space, like, physically.
Can you take off your shoes?
What else? So what else do you ask yourself?
Like, would it liberate me more if I did all of this? If I, like, completely reversed what I'm meant to be doing? Like, if I got bigger, if I didn't shave my legs, if I cut all my hair off, and how people I know and surrounded by, how would they react to it as well?
So can you talk about when you feel the most vulnerable?
When I'm at a party, I think.
Why?
I prefer, like, clothes, like, covered up, kind of. But obviously at parties, everyone's in, like, dresses and stuff. So I kind of, like, try and, like, get a balanced medium where I feel comfortable enough, but still, like, want to show a bit of skin. So I usually feel quite, like, vulnerable then.
Can you take off your shirt?
You want to show bare skin, you said?
I want to show a bit, but not as much that I don't, like, feel like myself. Because obviously when you don't feel like yourself, like, it all turns to shit.
So can you express why in your skin, in your journey, in your life, why it's a good place to be?
Because I already feel like I've had such a long journey, and I know that there's a lot more to come. And especially now that I have started pushing myself into things, I know that I can now push myself into so much more and plunge deeper and deeper. Yeah. Until I push myself too far and I might die, but we'll see.
What's freedom to you? What's freedom?
Walking out a front door and nothing being in front of it. Like, not even like a house facing it or like a busy road. Like, nothing, and then I can just walk anywhere and everywhere.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was really beautiful. Really amazing. Really amazing.
How do you feel? Wait, how do you feel?
Wonderful, beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good.
Good.
You are.